Hello and welcome to Pentatonic Scales Part 2. In this lesson I'm going to show you the remaining two box patterns that I had left out of the first lesson. I hope that by now you all have had a chance to memorize those box patterns in the key of A major, starting with this one here. And I'm not going to go through them right now because you should have this already if you're on this lesson. The next scale after the first three that I showed you, it starts at the 9th fret, and that would be right here. If you count your frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc., you're right here on the 9th fret, and the pattern goes like this. And since we're in the key of A, the little solid dots that I put on the on that little thing that you'll see there, the little diagram, those are all A notes, the root notes. Okay, so again, this pattern, they all interlink. Okay, I hope you've been watching my other videos that explains how that goes. All right, and then the next pattern that attaches to this one, they all interlink, interlink, interlink. They all interlink. The next pattern attaches to this one, starts over here on the 12th fret. Okay, so you see how they link. The second note of this pattern here is the first note of this next one. Okay, they all interlink. So it goes like this. And what I want you to do is just practice all those scales that I showed you in lesson 1 and the two scales that I just showed you now. Okay? And put them all together. And remember that you are playing in the key of A major in this particular instance. But the scale can be moved to other keys. Alright? Knowing your fretboard, knowing your notes, is going to really help you on this. And if you don't know them, go to my absolute beginner lesson and get that under your belt because you're going to need it. Alright, I'm not really getting into a lot of theory or anything here, so it's, you know, I'm not bogging you down with that, but you're going to need to know some stuff. Like if this is the key of A, right, and you can root off this note here or this note here and this note here, which are all A's, so you know that this A major pattern goes here, where the A note is here. Okay? Alright, another thing, as I showed you in the previous lesson, Pentatonic Scales 1, just if you shift this whole thing over 3 positions. Ready? 1, 2, 3 positions. Now we're playing that same scale here. And now the A note is here. And there's another one here. Another one here. Alright, those were the notes there. Now they're here. See, now your hand is in this position. The 5th position. Essentially all you did was shift 1, 2, 3 half steps higher. Okay? Or a step and a half, however you want to call it. And you're playing that same pattern here, but now what happens is that you're playing a minor pentatonic. So you realize now that simply by, if you know the pattern stays the same. You know, that pattern stays the same. All of them will stay the same, but if you just shift them, if this is A major, there's your A note, here and here, shift. The A's are going to stay the same, but we're playing an A minor now, so let's play an A minor chord. Okay, You see how that works? Now if we tried to play this one here, I don't think it's going to sound as good. Let's go ahead and play an A minor chord, okay, and try and play the A major pentatonic scale so you can get an idea. Now that note works because that's an A note. It doesn't really work, see? But the minor pentatonic does, the one that we moved to this position. Okay? And if you want to, once you get all these patterns down, okay, and you'll be able to shift them from minor to major, and you'll get to understand what's going on there a little bit, then you can start learning them in other keys. And all you got to do is remember that where your root notes are, and if you wanted to play, let's say, a B major pentatonic, well, you know what, this is A, and what comes after A? B, right? A, B. Okay, there's a B there, there's a B there, so you know it's this pattern. So if we're playing in the key of B major, we know that pentatonic scale is going to work there. Excuse me, I hit a wrong chord there, but you get the idea. All right, shifting them around, and of course all the other ones that link up are also going to be shifted because it's one big mass of notes. It's only 5 notes in its entirety. The pentatonic scale, penta means 5 in Greek. Okay, so it's a 5-note scale. Starting at the root note, let's say in the key of A, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one's another A. See? So it starts over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the next one, another A. And it goes like that. So it's just 5 notes and that create these patterns that are easier for us to remember. And so that's how we do it. We learn the basic box patterns, and then when we want to play them in another key, we just shift them. Okay, 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 okay. And the same thing works with if you want to play, let's say, in B minor. We take this pattern here, which was the first one I showed you in lesson 1, and this is what it would sound like. We're going to play B minor. If you guys have any questions, drop me an email and I'll try to answer your questions as well as possible. This has been Pentatonic Scales Lesson 2. Now look for another video that I'm coming out with real soon that's going to show you little tricks that you can do with the pentatonic scale. It'll make them sound pretty cool. Aside from your usual vibrato, bending and slides, hammer-ons, pull-offs. It's going to be a really cool lesson, so stay tuned for that. See you later.